وَأَنَّ اللَّهَ سَمِيعٌ عَلِيمٌ. That this is because of the fact that Allah Almighty does not change that bounty which He has given to some nation, unless these people themselves they change their condition. And remember that Allah Almighty is very all-hearing and all-knowing. It has explained the point further that Allah Almighty does not change His bounty unless these people they change their they change the condition in such a way that they are deprived from the bounty of Allah Almighty. Allah Almighty does not snatch the blessing which He has given. As a matter of fact, the human beings, because of their deeds, because of their wicked deeds, because of their bad fortune, they actually destroy all those blessings. So this thing has been written in the Holy Quran, and this is not something to narrate the incidents of the people of the past, but actually it is a warning to wake the Muslims up that this is a great bounty that you have received. You have to be grateful to that, for that. And this bounty Allah Almighty has mentioned in the Holy Quran that وَأَتْمَمْتُ عَلَيْكُمْ نِعْمَتِي, that I have perfected my bounty upon you. So this bounty, this blessing in the final book of Sharia in the form of the Holy Quran, it has been granted to us. And we are instructed to abide by that. And we act upon that. And when we are going to act upon that, only then the good deeds will be established. And when the good deeds are established, then as it has been mentioned before, Allah Almighty will take us into His protection, and He will give us the proof of His being our friend and show us the manifestations of that. And that point is further explained in this way, that as the Hali said, okay, whatever we inherited from our ancestors, that we have lost that. The result of that is that we have been deprived from the protection of Allah. So they lost that blessing, and the protection of Allah was lifted away. So the foreigners, they came and ruled us. So even now the Muslims are not going to learn a lesson from it, that ummah regarding which Allah Almighty has mentioned, Allah Almighty has announced, kuntum khaira ummatin ukhrijat linnas, that you are the best nation, best ummah, who has been created for the benefit and the welfare of the whole of mankind. If that ummah which was created for the benefit of all of mankind, why they are being deprived from this blessing of Allah? Allah Almighty created them for the benefit of people. But why they are being deprived from the blessings of Allah? Reason is that they are cutting the neck their own people. Sometime there is remote control bomb blast, and the other day there was an explosion in Peshawar, and the loss of innocent people was there. Suicide bombing is there. Some places in the name of religion, the Muslim Ahmadis are being targeted, or other people are being targeted. What is this good thing which they are doing? These people who are following the so-called ulama of this age, what good is this the good thing which these people are doing, or this is the something about which they make such claims? So there is a point which they should think over it. There is a need to change your condition. Otherwise, when Allah Almighty, when His final decree comes into the move, then there is no one who can ever protect them and save them. The examples of other, they can sometime become the source of lesson, and this is also the responsibility of the Ahmadis, that we should also try and pray that we are always able to follow the right path, and always we are following the commandments of Allah Almighty, and always we are keeping an eye on our own deeds, and always we are grateful to the blessings of Allah Almighty. And if these things are there, then Allah Almighty, according to His promise, He is our Mawla and Nasir, He is our friend and helper. He will show us the manifestation of that. There is no one can ever harm Jamaat. Allah Almighty says in one place, فَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِاللَّهِ هُوَ مَوْلَاكُمْ فَنِعْمَ الْمَوْلَى وَنِعْمَ النَّصِيرُ. So you observe the prayer and pay the zakat and hold fast to Allah very strongly. He is your master, and how beautiful is your master and how beautiful is your helper. So these are the responsibilities of true believer. As Allah Almighty said that they observe prayer, they should observe prayer, and by this observance of salat, there should be pious changes brought about in them. For the sake of Allah, they should also pay attention to financial sacrifices. They should purify their wealth, their income, and all the commandments of Allah Almighty they should hold fast to them, because that will be the proof that we consider Allah Almighty our master and our friend and helper. We firmly believe in that, and we are firmly established on this conviction that He is our master and He is going to remain like that time. In another place, Allah Almighty, this subject has been mentioned in this one in Surah Al-Ma'idah. إِنَّمَا وَلِيُّكُمُ اللَّهُ وَرَسُولُهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا الَّذِينَ يُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ وَيُؤْتُونَ الزَّكَاةَ وَهُمْ رَاكِعُونَ وَمَن يَتَوَلَّ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا فَإِنَّ حِزْبَ اللَّهِ هُمُ الْغَالِبُونَ. Allah Almighty says that Allah Almighty is your real friend and your friend and His messenger and those people who believe, those who observe salat and pay zakat, and those who are always submitting to Allah Almighty, and those who makes Allah as His friend and His messenger and the believers, then Allah Almighty is the one who is going to be dominant and victorious. The word Raki'un has been mentioned. There is a word there, Raki'un, which means that they are always they are worshipping Allah Almighty, and sincerely they are always submitting and bowing down to Allah Almighty, and there is no shade of setting up partners with Allah Almighty or anything mixture in their faith. There is nothing mixed in their faith, and absolutely pure faith is there, and Allah Almighty becomes the friend and helper of those people, and that is the community of the believers, because this is the community which is going to be victorious at the end, and this is something decreed by Allah for these people, because those who are the friends of Allah Almighty becomes their friend, and definitely these people are made victorious. One hadith it is mentioned, the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, Hazrat Abu Hurairah relates that the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that Allah Almighty says that who opposes my friend and becomes his enemy, then I declare a war against that person, and I love most that the one who is obedient to me, my servant, he is searching for those which are obligation for him, and the first and foremost is the 5 daily prayers. And a person comes closer to me through the nawafil, so much so that I start loving him, and when I love him, then I become his ears with which he listens, and I become his eyes through which he sees, I become his hands through which he holds the things, and I become his feet through with the help of those he walks. And when he begs something from me, I always give him, and when he seeks my protection, I always protect him. And there is nothing which is stopping me as the time of the taking the soul of that person who is my true believer. I am a bit reluctant about that. So this is how Allah Almighty, He takes care of His devoted servants. So if people sincerely and devotedly, if they submit to Allah Almighty and you discharge the responsibility and you act upon His commandments and always keep righteousness in front of your eyes, then Allah Almighty, He becomes the friend and helper of these. As this hadith has also explained this point further for us, that Allah Almighty, in every movement that He makes, there is a blessing coming from Allah Almighty, and help from Allah comes. And may it be so that we are always following the path of righteousness, and we are always deeply attached and connected to Allah Almighty, so that we are able to see the manifestation of His divine help and